Okay, so hi everyone, and welcome to our International Engineering Students webinar. This September, you will embark on an amazing journey pursuing your undergraduate academic career here at Ryerson University. We know that the start of this journey can be a little intimidating, but don't worry, we are always here to help. But first, let us begin by introducing ourselves. So my name is Aleeza. I'm the first year ambassador lead with the first year engineering office, and I'm going to my third year of biomedical engineering. And I'm really excited to see some of you at our upcoming events.
Hi everyone, my name is Simran and I'm this year's orientation lead with the first year engineering office, and I'm going into my fourth year of aerospace engineering.
So we wanted to start out with a land acknowledgement. We are doing a land acknowledgement to show respect for Indigenous peoples and recognize that we as settlers are here on their land. Toronto is in the Dish with One Spoon territory. The Dish with One Spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and the Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the territory and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. The dish, or sometimes it is called the bull, represents what is now southern Ontario from the Great Lakes to Quebec and from Lake Simcoe to the United States. We all eat out of the dish. All of us share this territory with only one spoon. This means that we have to share the responsibility of ensuring the dish is never empty, which includes taking care of the land and the creatures we share it with. Importantly, there are no knives at the table, representing that we must keep peace.
And now we are just going to do a quick poll. So everyone head over to menti.com and type in the code at the top of your screen, and please answer the question, where are you joining us from today? We have some answers in the chat. We have somebody from Canada and Vietnam, very cool. Someone from Toronto, yay Toronto. Someone from Bangladesh, which is really cool as well. I hope it's not too late, wherever you're joining us from, or too early in the morning. Oh, we have Connecticut, Pakistan, Kenya. Wow, some great diversity here. Mexico City.
So cool.
I always think of Breaking Bad.
Brazil. I see that we have someone from like each continent. That's really cool. India. There's also Toronto. We love Toronto.
We love Toronto. Yeah, very cool. I'm so happy you guys could join us all today. Really a pleasure to be hosting this event for everybody.
So to start off our webinar, we will first be talking about the first year engineering office and what we do here. Next, we'll go over the class schedules, liberals, D2L, and RAMs, and then you will get to hear from current international engineering students and learn about their transition experience, after which you will get to see the Faculty of Engineering and Architectural Science, or FYAS, advisor from the International Student Support, which will be a recording, followed by the information from the Center for Student Development and Counselling. And with that, we will be ending off the event with a Q&A session. Okay, so first, let's talk about the first year engineering office and the different services and support that they're here to provide you. So the office consists of a team of professionals dedicated to supporting you throughout your first year until you're promoted into second year. They also offer support in three main categories: academic, administrative, and transition. If you have any general inquiries, the first year engineering office hosts a drop-in virtual advising room session throughout the week. A team of staff is on hand and ready to answer your questions live and on the spot. If you have any questions about courses, liberals, enrollment, deadline dates, or anything else, be sure to stop by. They'll answer your questions or connect you with the right departments. Virtual advising is hosted Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Zoom. Feel free to take a picture of the meeting code if you would like. And for more information, you can also visit our website at ryerson.ca/FYEO.
Right, the FYEO offers academic support to all first-year engineering students. The academic transition from high school to university is never easy. Things move very quickly and you'll need to learn how to keep up. You're constantly learning new things and it can be difficult to stay on top of it all. If you fall behind, it's even harder to catch up. Once you enter university, you're an adult now, so there is an added element of independence that you need to get adjusted to. There are set due dates for work and no one will be chasing you for your homework or reminding you when it's due. The responsibility to ask for help is on you. Professors will have office hours every week where you can ask them questions, but it's up to you to seek out support when you need it. This is why at the FYAO, we have academic support, which we offer to all first-year engineering students. This is done through having academic advisors who are available for online meetings throughout your academic year. The advisors are Shazma Multani and Dr. Amle, who will also be your Introduction to Engineering professor. Tutoring for math, physics, and chemistry courses is also available. We have study halls hosted by your professors before midterms, tests, and finals. And lastly, we have the Early Intervention Program. In this program, we identify students who may be at high risk of academic success, and then our academic advisor meets with them to plan for success. I remember using tutoring so much in first year and often got some really great support and advice there. Also, the study halls really helped by the professors. Also, the study halls held by the professors really helped in preparing for midterms because I got a sense of how questions would be formatted.
Next, we have the administrative support. So the first year engineering office also offers administrative support, which includes plan change forms, medical notes, and academic standing appeals. So plan change form is when you want to switch from one engineering discipline to another. And sometimes we might feel that the program that we're in isn't the right one for us, especially after being introduced to all the other disciplines in CN 100, which is your Introduction to Engineering course taught by Dr. Amle. So if a different discipline catches your eye and might be a better fit for you, don't worry, the process is very easy, and there is an online form that you have to fill out, and the first year engineering office takes care of the rest. Also, if you will be missing a class or are unable to fulfill an academic obligation, you must notify your professor in advance or as soon as possible. So depending on your situation, it may be possible to request academic consideration with submission of appropriate documentation within 3 days. For more information, you can also learn more about this in your CEN 100 course, so please be sure to pay attention. You should also thoroughly review all of the course outlines for any additional instructions your professors may have noted. Again, depending on your situation, it may be possible to appeal your final grade or standing at the end of the term. To learn more about the procedure, refer to the Senate Appeals website, and also pay special attention to the deadlines and the procedure for submitting appeals online. For assistance, you can reach out to the Ryerson Students Union Advocacy Coordinator.
Right, and the final category is transition support. There are many different transitions to go through from high school to university. Personally, everything around me felt so different and my life completely changed. The transition from high school to university was very difficult for me. I was commuting for the first time and trying to navigate campus. High school has very standard hours every day, and the hours in university can be long, starting at 10 and at 9 p.m. There are new policies to learn, and the expectations in university are nothing compared to the ones faced in high school. Sometimes you may have long breaks, and sometimes you have classes back to back, and you might not even get a break, which is why it's very important to create a schedule that works for you. The new routine and schedule was a little hard to adapt for me personally. The transition was not an easy one, but it is something that we all have to go through. There are many different resources available to make this transition easier. Now that school is going to be hosted online starting September, the class schedules might be a little easier to cope with. You will no longer have to run across campus to make it in time for the next lecture. You can just switch tabs. You can create your own breaks, and you can wake up at 7:50 for an 8 o'clock lecture. To help with your transition, we also have our Engineering POP program, which includes a series of pre-orientation, orientation, and post-orientation events taking place this summer, including a meet and greet, study halls, and more. Aleeza and I will go over all the events that you can look forward to shortly. We also have an amazing team of first-year ambassadors to help you have a smooth transition from high school to university.
So you may be wondering, who are the first year ambassadors? So we are students. Some of us play on sports teams, we're doing internships, and some of us are also part of student societies and course unions. So this is our team. We're a team of 20 upper year engineering students with all diverse experiences, and we know what you're going through. There's an ambassador specific to each discipline to answer questions and give you a better idea of what to expect in the years to come. Everyone on the team has very unique experiences, and we're all very involved on campus. And we also can't wait to share our experiences, so don't be afraid to reach out. We are always happy to help. And to introduce you to our team, here is a short video. you may be wondering who the first year ambassadors are and what they do. So the first year ambassador team is here to answer your questions throughout the summer, share experiences with you, and give you an idea of what first year would be like, do our best to help you navigate your first year, and overall just be honest with you. So I remember when I was an incoming student, I had many questions about my program and the student experience here at Ryerson. So as the first year ambassadors, our goal is to actually help you transition and help you connect with endless resources on campus. We're going to be assisting with the pop events. So when you join, we'll be there to chat and make sure you get all of the information you need. We are also present on social media, so feel free to message any of us or send us an email. As international students, it might be difficult to come to our pre-orientation events online, but you can still stay engaged throughout our online community. So the first year engineering office is on multiple social media platforms to pass on important information, update you on events, and help answer any of the questions you may have. So please be sure to join our Facebook group, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. Every week, we have a new first year ambassador taking over the social media to provide you with personalized advice and information. And when I was an incoming student, I found that these online resources were a great way to learn about the upcoming events and also to meet my peers. I also really appreciated meeting the first year ambassadors throughout the weekly social media takeovers, as every ambassador had a very unique personality and gave their own personalized advice.
Pre-orientation is part of your academic orientation and is planned by us. The various events we will be hosting throughout the summer, and once the school year begins, will help you familiarize yourself with Ryerson policies, the campus, and many resources available to you, and give you a chance to connect with your peers. We know that this year is unique, and we've made some exciting changes and updates to our programming to give you the best experience possible. Over the course of the summer, we will be hosting multiple online events through Zoom, like this webinar, or through our social media platforms. With our help, you'll be able to immerse yourself in the Ryerson community and even get to know your fellow students. I highly encourage you to register for the events you want to attend, to secure your spot, and to do so, head over to our website and find the registration info for all our events, which we will now discuss in more detail. In addition to the events we talk about today, the first year engineering office will also be hosting some social events where you'll get to meet and interact with other incoming engineering students. These will include monthly movie nights and game nights. Keep an eye out for updates on these events on our social media and our website.
So the scavenger hunt is one of the 2 week-long challenges that will be happening on our social media platforms. This interactive event will highlight important information and websites that students should know about. Every day we'll be posting a different challenge, and throughout the week, incoming students will be able to familiarize themselves with a variety of resources and tools that are available to them as Ryerson students. Those that successfully complete all the challenges will be entered into a giveaway to win a prize.
On August 8th, youths from first year will showcase the different aspects of life as a Ryerson engineering student. Participants will get to connect with FYAs from their own discipline, learn about the best practices for email writing, get tips for improving time management skills, and find out how they can start building their community at Ryerson. This interactive event will include activities and workshops to help students become more comfortable with interacting online. Ryerson Administrative Management Self-Service, or as it is more commonly known as RAMS, is used by Ryerson students to enroll in all their courses. However, it is a bit tricky to use for the first time. To help ease your transition, we'll be hosting a week of enrollment support sessions. From August 11th to 14th, our FYAs will host drop-in Zoom sessions where you can talk one-on-one, share your screen, and become more comfortable with RAMS. We'll also help you learn how to add liberals and swap sections for first-year engineering courses.
Next, we have the Healthy Living Challenge, which is our 2nd week-long challenge. So from August 10th to 14th, we'll be posting daily activities and tips to our social media feeds. From healthy cooking to mindfulness and exercise, we'll be getting students energized for the upcoming year. Topics to look forward to include workouts, meditation, yoga, healthy recipes, and more. And students who do participate in every challenge will be entered into a giveaway to win a prize.
Connect and Engage will allow students to hear from guest speakers about obstacles that they faced in the workplace and school related to diversity discrimination, how they were able to overcome these obstacles, and what resources they used. Ryerson University is proudly diverse and intentionally inclusive. This webinar is a great opportunity for students to learn more information about how discrimination presents itself in a variety of settings, and the importance of diversity.
Next, we have our very important event, academic orientation. So academic orientation is an event that is mandatory for all incoming engineering students. This event will be split up into an online quiz or learning module, a live stream speaker session, and a meeting or tour with a smaller group. New students will hear from exciting speakers and learn about the university life and online learning. This event will kick off your orientation week and will prepare you for all the new, exciting, and sometimes challenging experiences to come.
Parents Info Night provides parents of incoming first-year engineering students with the necessary information needed about the first-year experience. Let your parents know that this webinar will be a great opportunity for them to gain a better understanding of what incoming students will experience during the first year at Ryerson, including what to expect from the course load, resources available to students, and other key information.
Next, we have the International Students Orientation, which will give international students the opportunity to meet with other international engineering students and learn more about how to make the adjustment to a new country and university in general. We'll talk about the support services they'll be able to access, as well as different ways to stay connected to their families back home.
And finally, we have the Meet and Greet Expo. This expo allows first-year students to meet student groups, clubs, and teams, their professors, and the dean's office. You'll get to learn about many clubs, teams, and groups you can get involved with at Ryerson. There are lots of opportunities to get involved, meet new people, and grow your community. So don't hesitate to join us to learn more about what we have to offer here at Ryerson. And you might be thinking, oh no, how will I remember all these events and dates? Don't worry, you can head over to the FYEO Ryerson website. Under Orientation 2020, click on Engineering Pop, and there is a link you can click on to register and use it to register for our mailing list. Our mailing list will give you all the important information you need for our events and give you reminders for important dates.
In addition to all of the events that are mentioned, there are also many significant dates to keep in mind. So keep an eye out for updates on how to activate your Ryerson identity and so much more. All of these updates will be posted on our social media, so again, be sure to follow us.
We know this can be a lot of information to digest and probably a lot of questions to ask, so this is where your online community comes in. The First Year Engineering Office is on multiple social media platforms created to pass on important information, update you on events, and answer any questions you may have. Be sure to join our Facebook group, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. Every week, there will be an FYA taking over social media to help provide a personalized experience for you. We encourage you to join the Facebook group and follow our page. The Facebook has longer and more informative posts with many links and useful campus resources, ways to get involved, and student discounts. The Facebook group is called Ryerson First Year Engineering Incoming 2020. It is a private group, and you'll need to request to join.
Our Twitter is also a great place to see quick updates about events. If you want quick reminders, be sure to follow us on Twitter as well. And lastly, our Instagram has updates on upcoming events, ways to get involved, Instagram live sessions, and the platform is where the first-year ambassadors shine the most with their weekly takeovers. I encourage you all to follow us on all of our platforms, as we will provide different information on each.
And now we will be showing you the basics of how to understand your class schedule, what liberals are, D2L, and what RAMS is.
So when you get your schedules at the beginning of August, you will notice that all first-year engineering students have a common first semester. This means that all engineering students, regardless of what program you're in, will all be taking the same 5 required courses in your first semester. And in addition to these 5 engineering courses, it is also in your course calendar that you can take your liberal in your first semester.
Your class schedule will look a little something like this, but with a few different courses. All your core engineering courses will be automatically added to your schedule, but this is just your liberal course that you need to enroll in. Personally, I find that the Ryerson Google Calendar is extremely useful. I'm able to schedule all my classes and events in one place and easily see them when needed. This system works for me, but it might not work for everyone. So it's very important to try an organizational tool that works for you. And you'll find that organizing and managing your priorities will become a lot easier.
So now I'll be going over what liberal courses are. So a liberal course is something that you take outside of your field of study. It is designed to develop your capacity to understand and appraise the social, cultural, and scientific context. All of these courses require a significant writing component, which is usually an essay. And if you've never written a university essay before, you can find help at the Student Learning Support, which is located on the 4th floor of the Student Learning Center. They offer writing support where you can get help with their writing skills to produce better assignments and essays, as well as English learning support where students can go if English is not their first language. They also have online alternatives, which you can visit on their website.
Where you can view course content, communicate, and perform course assessments. You can access D2L through my.ryerson.ca. A couple of examples of what can be viewed here are course content, which you're able to read and download, grades, and your progress. In addition, you can also participate in course assessments, as in assignments and quizzes.
So as Simran mentioned before, RAM stands for Ryerson Administrative Management Self-Service. It's your one-stop shop for everything you need to do online and is a student system where you can check your schedule, add and drop classes, view your unofficial transcript. There are 3 main sections on RAMS. So academics, where you can add and drop and swap your courses, financial, where you can view and manage your student fees, financial aid status, as well as other related information. And there's a personal information section where you can manage your personal information at Ryerson, such as mailing address, phone number, and etc.
University might sound like a lot of work, but it is doable. As an incoming student, using resources was a great way for me to stay on top of my work. As part of the transition, you are expected to learn about policies, procedures, and significant dates. In order to help you with this, we have the following resources. The First Year Engineering Handbook will cover everything you need to know about your first year in engineering. The new 2020-2021 handbook is available on our website. The term calendar has important dates and campus events. The 2020-2021 calendar will be available mid-September. The term weekly workload resource will highlight your deliverables for common engineering classes. The weekly workload resource will be available mid-September for the upcoming year. All these resources can be found at the First Year Engineering Office website at ryerson.ca/FYAO under Forms and Resources. And now we will be moving on to the panel portion of our event. So let's start off by introducing our FYAs.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. My name is Ayush and I'm entering my 3rd year of biomedical engineering in the fall of 2020. I'm an international student from India. I am currently the biomedical engineering director for the Ryerson Engineering Student Society, which represents the interests of the undergraduate engineering cohort for this year.
Hello everyone, my name is Santiago. Going into my 2nd year of aerospace engineering. Last year was the 1st year rep for Cassie Ryerson, and this year I'm their VP Finance. And I'm an international student from Brazil.
Hi everyone, my name is Tony. I'm in my 3rd year of biomedical engineering. I'm an international student from Nigeria, and I love trying new things most times, and I love having conversations and getting to know more about people. Last year was by far my best year at Ryerson because I got to be involved in a lot of school activities, such as setting up the Ryerson Engineering Competition. I also got to attend a conference of diversity in engineering at Western University, which was really cool because I haven't really seen much of Canada aside from Toronto. So I really got to explore more of what the country had to offer, and I really love that.
All right, thank you so much for those introductions, everyone. So now let's start off with our first panel question. Did you have any family or friends when you came to Ryerson? How did you build your support system from scratch? Let's start off with Santiago.
Yeah, so when I went to Ryerson, I didn't have any family or friends in Canada. I had never even been to Canada before. But I would say I met a lot of cool people that I consider to be very close friends now. And I would say that even domestic students go through this big change when going from high school to university. So everyone is kind of in the same boat and it's easy to make friendships. So that's how you start to build a support system, a safety net around you.
Okay, thank you so much, Santiago. Let's move on to question number 2. Right. Did you get involved in any student groups or design teams in your first year? If so, what, and how has it helped you transition into Ryerson? Ayush, can you answer this?
Yeah, sure, Simran. Thank you so much for the question. I did get an opportunity to get involved in student groups, but in my second semester of my studies, that would be my first year, second semester. So previously, the only motivation I had for me to come down to downtown from Mississauga, it was just to attend the labs, lectures, and tutorials. Over the course of time, I did started feeling a bit burnt out. So I applied for a position for an engineering theatrical group as a stagehand because it allowed me to express myself much more better, and my interests particularly lie in theater outside of engineering. So that really was my stepping stone into various more opportunities I had and I have right now on campus. So that's what I did in my first year.
All right. Thank you so much, Ayush. It's very important to make sure that you don't burn out. And if you are feeling that, you need to find ways that, you can prevent that from happening. So thank you so much. And now let's move on to question number 3. How was your transition experience to the academic environment here at Ryerson? What was your expectation of it and how did it compare to reality? Tony, can you answer this?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question. For me, honestly, it was very hard at first. I remember taking my very first few midterms and I really felt utterly helpless. Here, the academics require you to understand the material, whereas back home, all I had to do was really remember the formulas, remember definitions and stuff, and I was fine. So I honestly came to Ryerson because I heard that they offer great academic support for students. And I figured if I was gonna actually study engineering and be successful at it, I was gonna need all the help I could get. So my expectations were exceeded by far rather, because of student learning support. So student learning support offered me the math hub, drop-in tutoring sessions, and also student learning groups. And they were a major reason why I was able to handle first year the way that I did. I was able to use Math Hub and drop-in tutoring almost every single week to fully understand my courses. And something that I really love about Ryerson is that you are not alone. If you have a question, if you're confused, there's going to be somebody available who's willing and ready to help you. So yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Tony. And for sure, the first year engineering office is here to help you. SLS, the student learning support, is here to help you. Anything that you need or you feel like you're struggling, do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much, Tony. And next we have question number 4. Were there any social/cultural adjustments that you had to make when transitioning to Ryerson? Santiago, can you answer this?
Yes, thank you. So there were a few. For instance, the culture in Brazil is kind of different from culture in Canada. In Brazil, for instance, there's this sense of proximity. So you would treat like everyone, including professors, on a first name basis. While in Canada, it's different. There's also reactions to like actions or superstitions. But one of the major things was that Canada is very, very cold. And that was a big adjustment. Snow was very scary.
It's okay. Adjusting to snow never gets easier. Snow is still scary. But thank you so much for that answer, Santiago. And now let's move on to question number 5. What social transition did you have to go throughout your first year at Ryerson? What were your friend groups like? What was one of the biggest challenges you faced when adapting to a new country, and how did you overcome it? Let's hear from Tony.
Yeah, so I totally agree with Santiago about the snow. That was a huge thing, for me. But I think in terms of social transitions, I think my academics were my biggest adjustment because I really had a very rough first part of the semester and I had to figure out the type of student I was. It wasn't enough for me to read my notes and take an exam anymore. Also back home, everything was a competition to be the best. And so if I didn't do well, I would be really, really upset with myself. And so how I overcame this was, firstly, I had to learn to give myself room to make mistakes. So far as I tried my best and I ran my own race. And I think this can be applied not only to international students, but generally anybody coming into this program and just transitioning into university. I learned the importance of asking questions. I almost had to train myself to become uncomfortable with not knowing. So I needed to step out of my comfort zone. And by that, I mean like raising my hands during class, going to see a professor during office hours. I had to overcome this stigma that it's dumb to ask questions, because honestly, if you have a question, there's probably going to be somebody in your class that has the same exact question. So if I saw someone who knew more than me, who understood a subject better than me, that person would become my next friend. I had to surround myself with people who were trying to succeed. So I had to totally reorient myself and try different things. So for example, I learned that I study best in quiet environments. For example, the silent floor of the SLC Student Learning Center is completely silent. So I study best over there. I learned that I need to write my notes down instead of typing them out. And I have to fully understand every topic before I take a test.
Great. Thank you so much, Tony. That's very courageous to be able to raise your hand in class. I know how intimidating that can feel for sure. And yeah, making sure that you find a way that works for you. You study in quiet environments, maybe somebody else needs to work in a group. So don't be intimidated by if something's working for somebody else, it's not working for you. So be sure to find something that does. And let's move on to Santiago. Can you answer this for us?
Yes, I would just say that another thing that really helped me outside of academics was making both domestic and international friends. I would say that making domestic friends makes adapting to the culture a lot easier. And it also helps you understand Canada a little better and kind of ends this Hollywoodian vision of Canada and a lot of stereotypes. And on the other hand, you have your international friends. They understand you in this other level, this personal level, and they have gone through the same thing or are going through the same thing. I would say especially upper years, because they know a lot more and they have awesome tips.
Yeah, for sure. It's very important to create that diverse friend group. So thank you, Tony and Santiago, for these answers. And now we're going to shift to our final question. What were some support offices for international students that you used throughout your first year? Let's hear from Ayush.
Yeah, so luckily for me, everything went smoothly when it came to my legal transition into Canada. So that was one thing which was like off my head, like, yes, I'm comfortable, I'm legally allowed to stay here. But other than that, like the support offices I used were mainly the FYEO resources, like the POP events, the pre-orientation, orientation, and post-orientation events. Like I tried to attend as much as I could to get like a better understanding of how it is to succeed academically, how it is to succeed like while staying in a student group, how it is to juggle certain things while you have such a heavy course load, because engineering is a very heavy course load compared to the other programs. So you need to learn how to do that. And the FYEO resources were wonderful. Other than that, others, I wouldn't say support officers, I would say support people. Your professors host office hours, like Tony said. Like you need to get out of your comfort zone to ask for help. So like ask your professors for help. They are more than willing to help you and help you succeed. Like for my PCS 211 course, which you would take in the first semester, my professor like provided me with tips and tricks like how to approach certain questions which I did not learn in high school. Other than professors, your TAs are a wonderful resource. I believe they are a bit underutilized, so like utilize them, because they are usually master students or like occasionally final year undergraduate students. So like they have the experience and they have the knowledge and they will help you out more. Other than that, you can find help in your upper years. Like they may not be in your program, they may be in your program, but at the end of the day, they also want you to succeed as much as they also want you to succeed in the program as well. Lastly, I would say like utilize the library resources, that may be librarians, to help you draft certain essays. Because like as an international student, I wasn't used to like writing like research papers and everything. And right now, like I've finally got comfortable with by using the library resources like librarians and the library database, which offers enormous amount of articles. So like utilize these resources to your best interest.
Thank you so much, Ayush. And finally, let's hear from Tony.
So I totally agree with everything Ayush was saying. And so in addition to all of this, International student support was a big tool that I used and I still use today. Things like immigration support, study permits, work permits, filing your taxes, if you want to do co-op, how to sort out your study work permit in that direction, the social insurance number so you are able to work. These are things that they taught me. And so basically how to be Canadian, how to integrate yourself into the Canadian society, like legally speaking. So right now they have a bunch of online events and info sessions that you can sign up for. This will be good particularly because everything is online. So you can attend as many sessions now online. So when school starts, you don't have to worry about those. And also, so basically like in the beginning of the year, I often had to go to their office and attend all these workshops in between my classes. But since everything is online now, you guys can just take care of that like while you can use it on Zoom. And then when you get to school, you can just figure out like Ryerson. And so they also have a mandatory-ish check-in meeting for first year international students around December. And this is just to check in with you and see how you're integrating into the society. And I really love this because like in ISS cares, like they don't just let you like roam around and get lost. Like they're there to really help you and make sure that you're getting all the tools you need to succeed. Also, I use student learning support, which I mentioned in my earlier answer. And so student learning groups, once again, the math hub, the writing center, all of it helped take away the confusion in first year because first year was difficult enough juggling the workload like Ayush said, but I was never confused with the material. I always knew that if I didn't understand what I was being taught in class, my next move was to go to SLS and sit with the tutor or go meet my professor during office hours or go talk to an upper year who had already taken the course. And so these were things that I used to support myself during my first year.
Great. Thank you so much, Ayush, Santiago, and Tony, for participating in our panel. And this concludes our panel discussion for today. If you would like to reach out to any of your FYAs, please do not hesitate to reach out to them on Instagram or email them.
And now we will be playing a video by Yan, who is the Faculty of Engineering and Architectural Science Advisor with the International Student Support here at Ryerson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. My name is Yoon. My pronouns is she and her. I'm one of the International Student Advisor at Ryerson International Student Support. We are all aware that there are many things to consider during this challenging time. Today, we're going to talk about what you need to know before you start classes. So in order for us to help you succeed in your campus life, here are a few reminders we need to prepare for, finding what to expect, and how to stay connected with us. So by the end of this session, we hope this information will help you find out what the next steps are in your upcoming journey to Ryerson. So on behalf of International Student Support, congratulations on your admission to Ryerson University. So you are one step closer to joining us in Toronto. We are so excited to see you on campus. As you can see, there is a beautiful building in the background. It is a Ryerson Student Learning Center located in downtown Toronto. This is the place where you come to study, learn, collaborate, and explore during the course of your study. So let's meet our International Student Support team online from left to right: Lynn, myself, Yoon, Samantha, Emma, Emily, and Yashin. So we have 6 professional staff and about 16 student staff in our office. So our team supports almost 4,000 international students, their family members, and scholars from over 120 countries. So we are open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are located in Podium Building, which is Pod 50A. If you need any support with permits or visas, please feel free to contact us. We are happy to support you. So how do we support you? Our team creates a sense of belonging and community to all students who are new to Canada. So this means we help you find ways to get involved and contribute to Ryerson community on campus. So we coordinate many programs and services to support your success at every stage of your academic journey. So we provide immigration support through group immigration workshop and one-on-one advising. So as an international student, you are responsible for maintaining your immigration status and complying with immigration regulation during your stay here in Canada. So we also provide a status letter to our international students to apply for any Canadian immigration document, including study permit, work permit, and any other immigration application and much more. So I want to say it is your responsibility to make sure all immigration documents are up to date. This includes being aware of the expiry dates, conditions, and restrictions of each document. So we also provide a transitioning program to help you become familiar with the Ryerson. So as part of a social support, we have a peer social outings and Let's Talk series. So this will be great opportunity for us to connect a peer ambassador with the incoming students to facilitate informal out-of-class conversation, knowledge sharing, and network building in order to enrich your university experience. We also support cultural adaptation called the Cultural Connection Program. So it is an intercultural dialogue program that develops cultural awareness and builds global network. So we all belong to one or more culture. Adjusting to a new culture does not mean you have to change your own value, but it is important to respect those of other students. So University Health Insurance Plan. So we want you to stay healthy and safe while you are studying here in Canada. So all international students at Ryerson University are automatically registered for the mandatory University Health Insurance Plan. So healthcare in Canada can be very expensive, but this insurance helps cover the cost of medical services at clinics and hospitals. So all eligible international students are covered from September 1st to August 31st of each academic year. So fees are usually included in your tuition fee. So your health insurance coverage card will be available at our office for pickup during the first week of your school. We also provide the financial support for eligible international students, such as emergency bursary fund. We believe cost should not be a barrier to pursuing your educational dream. So it is one time only and non-refundable awards based on financial needs due to an emergency situation. So World University Service Canada, we call WUSC. This program supports the sponsorship for one student each year through the Student Refugee Program. Our office also hosts a few events throughout the year to raise awareness on global migration issue, world education, and human rights. We also have some program for first-year international students, such as international student support orientation and welcome appointment, pre-orientation. So as part of a pre-orientation, we have broken down into 4 different online modules. You can do them one at a time or at your pace leading up to the beginning of the semester. So each module has a different topic related to studying your exciting adventure. We also have a virtual meetups after each module. So it's happening every Thursday starting on August 6th. You can sign up on D2L or connect RU with your user ID and password to get started. So moving on to ISS welcome appointments, this will be great opportunity for us to get to know our new international student during the first 8 weeks of the semester. So during welcome appointment, we remind students of having proper immigration documents, connect them with our service, programs, and resources at Ryerson University. So please do not forget to schedule your mandatory welcome appointment with us. You will get this information by the end of this month. So this is my last slide. So you don't need to remember everything. I encourage you to take a few moments and explore our website, ryerson.ca, and type International Student Support. It provides comprehensive information on government regulation and other resources to help you navigate information that are most common to you as an international student. So once again, our team is always here to help you on your road to academic success, no matter where you are coming from or where you are heading. So if you have any question, please feel free to contact us. Our email is iss@ryerson.ca. We're gonna schedule our virtual meeting with one of international student advisor to discuss your case further. I wish you all the best for a great academic year. Thank you very much for taking your time. See you soon this September.
All right, thank you for tuning in for that presentation from International Student Support. And now we're going to talk about finding balance. This presentation is constructed by the Center for Student Development and Counselling.
All right, so some of the common challenges students face as they transition into university include the change in daily or weekly routine, sometimes having unstructured free time, developing self-discipline for self-directed learning, identity development, forging new friendships or close relationships, kind of becoming aware of mental health issues for the first time, as well as finding the skills to manage emotions.
Right, so there are some challenges that are unique and specific to international students. So this can be that there are different expectations from the school system in your home country to what it is in Canada and Toronto. So it's adapting to the new culture with your peers off and on campus, the feelings of disconnection and loneliness and the lack of community you may feel, and the pressure to succeed here due to the high investment from your family. There might be language and communication barriers, and unfortunately the racism, discrimination, and systematic barriers to accessing these supports.
So this is the wheel of wellness, and the question that comes to mind is what really helps you stay in balance? So all aspects of wellness could be impacted within the transition between high school to university or just from another country to Canada. All aspects of this wheel support each other and they contribute to the overall success. Some areas are more within control than others. So for example, our social, financial, environmental are less in control, while the physical and academic aspects are more in control. And the key is to not be perfect in each aspect, but to develop enough strategies and focus on several different areas to help maintain that balance. And some ways to do so is by exercising, journaling, taking care of your sleep or diet, staying connected with friends as we are coping with pandemic conditions.
All right, so now how professional counseling can help you. So students can meet the trained professionals on campus to work on stress management, managing your emotions, developing flexible ways of thinking, working on some communication skills and healthy relationships, and also ensuring that you have high self-esteem and high self-confidence.
So all counseling services are offered virtually at this time. These services are fully confidential, so no information is shared with staff, professors, or peers. They're also covered through your tuition, and the counselors are professionally trained. And you can also book same-day appointments, but they are offered on a first-come, first-served basis, and they're also available daily. And you can also reach out, get counseling support 24/7 through partnership with Keep.me Safe.
Right, and for more information, please head over to their website, and you can book an appointment with a counselor by call or through email that is displayed on the screen. So be sure to use the support as it is included in your tuition. And finally, a big thanks goes out to our FYAs, Ayush, Santiago, and Tony. Also, Yun from International Student Support for telling us about the information related to international students and the information from the Center for Student Development and Counselling. And that concludes our International Engineering Students webinar for today. Next Friday, we will be hosting our second games night. Come out to play some games with your FYAs and some classmates. The registration link can be found on our website and social medias. We hope to see you at our next event, which is the scavenger hunt. And also in early September, there will be an International Students Orientation, so be sure to register. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone, and stay safe and have a good weekend.
If you do have any questions, we are staying back to answer some of those, so feel free to ask them using the Q&A feature.